end.
We found the body of Miss Pais.
The potential deadly threat to thousands of Colorado children is over.
Schools being closed today is evidence that schools are safe places.
The weapon this gun shop owner says she bought from him.
I've been thinking about nonstop.
And the concern he has selling firearms in the future, while the family and friends of Sol Pais are confused by her actions.
I haven't checked. They really got very few things to say about it.
And the group who says this proves Colorado's gun laws have to change. Denver 7 News at 5 starts now.
The FBI recently just confirmed that they have found Ms. Pais deceased from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound.
The search for this woman, Sol Pais, is now over. Law enforcement confirming today this 18-year-old whose threats kept more than 600,000 Colorado students home from school today is dead.
Parents all along the Front Range whose schools were closed today, but you can see on this map here, have a lot of questions.
And our team is here to bring you some answers from Colorado to Florida, where Pais is from. We're going to start with our Jennifer Kovaleski. And Jen, we understand her body was found along a trail at Mount Evans.
And well, first, what a day, or really 36 hours. This credible threat led to a massive manhunt, unprecedented school closures for safety, and then relief after officers found Sol Pais' body late this morning. They tell us they found her about half a mile from the Echo Lodge campground in Mount Evans.
Based upon her actions and comments that she had made to others, we took it as a credible threat.
A Miami teenager fascinated with Columbine flies to Denver, buys a gun, and shuts down every major Colorado school.
The fact that somebody came here, purchased a gun, felt very much different.
Jefferson County Sheriff Jeff Schrader says everything about this threat felt different, especially on the week of the Columbine anniversary, and law enforcement reacted.
The concern that developed over could this be targeted anywhere obviously painted a lot of concern for a lot of parents, a lot of grandparents.
Here's what we now know about the timeline of events. FBI agents say Sol Pais bought 3 one-way tickets to Denver. She then traveled here from Miami on April 15th. Pais went straight to a Littleton gun store where she legally bought a pump-action shotgun. That purchase, combined with her fascination with Columbine, is what we're told turned this into a credible threat. From here, a rideshare driver dropped her off in the Mount Evans area sometime on Monday. Federal agents say that driver played a critical role in helping them find her last location. Just after 10 on Wednesday morning, officers found Pais dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
A little bit of a relief that it's over, but it's also quite sad.
Now, federal agents tell us that they learned about this potential threat on Tuesday after Pais had already bought the gun here in Colorado on Monday. And that is what led to all of those school lockouts on Tuesday afternoon. Now, they tell us their investigation is still ongoing, but they do not believe that Pais had any associates or was working with anyone here in Colorado, but they are still investigating that. They also tell us they don't know why she went to Mount Evans. Much more to come. For now, we're live at FBI headquarters. I'm Jennifer Kovaleski for Denver 7.
All right, Jen, thanks. And as Jen said, Pais purchased that shotgun noon on Monday, less than 2 miles west of Columbine High School, and the purchase was legal. The owner tells Denver 7 that the weapon was a Mossberg 500. She bought 3 boxes of ammo with 55 shells. The shop's owner telling Denver 7 chief investigative reporter Tony Kovaleski that he didn't sleep at all knowing he sold her that weapon.
I've been thinking about nonstop, like if there was anything I should have picked up on.
Rayburn says that he hoped Pais would have turned herself in and sought mental health help.
In Miami, news of Sol Pais' death delivered even more shock for a community already shaken by revelations that this quiet 18-year-old could create so much chaos both at home and here in Denver.
And Jace Larson is live outside the home where Pais lived with her family in Surfside, Florida. And Jace, police are crediting the family with helping to end this threat before Pais was able to act on it.
They absolutely are, and right now police are actually standing watch outside the family's home here, making sure that nobody goes up and tries to knock on the door. And this is after that family spent hours talking with the FBI and trying to help, we're told, as much as they could prevent any type of violence in Colorado. And also today we are learning more about Sol Pais from the people who knew her here just outside of Miami. All day at Sol Pais' Surfside, Florida home, there remained a heavy police presence. At one point, an officer took something in a bag from the home. Meanwhile, neighbors tell us that they were shocked that the girl they described as quiet and a bit of a loner could have made such volatile threats and become the subject of a massive manhunt back in Colorado.
I am in shock. I really got very few things to say about it, but I am in shock that things around here happen like that and we don't even know about it.
Police say the family is now looking for privacy to grieve, but one thing is becoming clear. It was this family's cooperation with police that may have saved many lives.
They provided us valuable information that led us to Colorado and a lot of things that assisted in preventing maybe more loss of life.
Before they found Pais' body in the Echo Lake campground area, the FBI was coordinating this two-state investigation, one that ended with the loss of Pais' 18-year-old daughter.
Everybody was working very hard at preventing additional loss of life. The outcome in Miss Pais taking her own life is a tragedy in and of itself.
And this investigation is far from over now, as police officers still want to make sure that she acted alone, as they believe she did. They're also going through some online writings that they believe she wrote in a form of a blog entry. And let me tell you, I've read some of those this afternoon, and they are dark. Coming up today at 6 o'clock, we're going to share with you just a portion of what she is believed to have written online before she took her own life. Reporting live near Miami, Jace Larson, Denver 7.
Thank you, Jace. On the steps of the state capitol this afternoon, a group of Coloradans voiced their concerns with the state's gun laws.
And our Liz Gilardi was there. And Liz, you heard from parents and teachers, even young people, saying this threat could have been prevented if our gun laws were different.
Well, those parents and teachers are pushing for tougher regulations, like a waiting period before someone is allowed to buy a gun. They believe this recent threat should be a call to action.
Then I got word as I was teaching my last period class.
Her classroom was secured. Confusion set in. Then fear once Jessica Price realized the same situation was playing out across multiple districts.
That is obviously something that is unprecedented.
Price and other moms gathered at the state capitol, upset over the threat, outraged when they learned Sol Pais flew to Colorado and legally purchased a gun here.
There was a pilgrimage here, and certainly she purchased a weapon, and those two things combined, along with her fascination of Columbine, that's pretty clear and convincing evidence that we have a threat to the school.
State law requires potential buyers to be 18 years old in order to purchase a long gun. It's 21 years old for a handgun.
We know not every law will prevent all gun violence, but we know that there's more we can do to keep our communities and our kids safe.
These parents with Moms Demand Action, a group pushing for more gun control, want to see a waiting period, in addition to universal background checks. They applauded the recent signing of Colorado's controversial red flag law to seize guns from people who are deemed to be a threat to themselves or others. Even with tougher laws, Price worries about the next potential threat.
Relief that we know we're safe this time. Sadness to know that this probably won't be the last time.
And we did get a statement from the Rocky Mountain Gun Owners Group in response to the events today. And they say today's incident just showed Coloradans how unprotected their schools are when an 18-year-old untrained girl is able to shut down an entire state school system. Reporting live at the Capitol, Liz Gilardi, Denver 7.
All right, Liz, thank you. Now, several local school districts, as you know, made the decision to cancel class today, affecting some 600,000 students here in Colorado.
Denver 7's Russell Haythorne joins us live. Russell, those unprecedented closures left many families scrambling to figure out what to do today.
Yeah, with so many kids out of school today, parks like this one were a great place to be as kids and families tried to make the most of these closures. We have some video to show you. It wasn't just schools, but private businesses like daycares, dance studios, and tumbling centers closed today as well. As a result, we found a lot of kids outdoors. Denver skate parks were a hot spot for sure. Many parents say they had to take a half day or a full day off work to stay home with their kids. A juggling act for sure. We found one mom who is also a 5th grade teacher who says this will certainly be a topic of discussion tomorrow in class.
And I think it's just super important that they also know that, you know, we're there and we're going to take every precaution to keep them safe. And that's why I truly appreciated all of the school districts taking the precautions that they did today.
So what's the plan for tomorrow? We checked with a number of major school districts in the Denver metro area. All of them say school is back on for tomorrow, as well as programs and after-school activities, some of them with added security measures. We're live in Denver. Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.
Thank you, Russell. We know there's a lot to digest with this story, and we know you have thoughts and opinions about the events in the last 24 hours, so we want to hear from you. Feel free to email us, 360@thedenverchannel.com. Tell us your point of view. You can also reach out to us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Denver Channel.